Hello and welcome to Sito's Kitchen. We're making kibbe today. We are having a good time with this kibbe mix. I wanted to give you a tip. I use a deviled egg dish so that my portions are equal. You might try that. It works really good. Another tip is when you're making these meatballs, they're about the size of a lemon, okay? The third tip I want to give you is from my Sito. She always had cold ice water nearby. For some reason, the lamb is sticky. And so when you're forming these things, it's a little difficult. Anyway, they're the size of lemons. And what you do is you put a finger in the middle to form your pocket for your filling. And then you work your thumb or your finger all the way around until you have an even layer around the edge and a nice pocket for the filling. Here's my filling. We call it hashwe in Arabic. It's delicious. It's a mixture of ground lamb, onions, nuts, tamarind syrup. After we've got our filling in, we close it and we form the famous football shape. The kids always say, Sito, can you make footballs? Now, when these are finished, they can either be baked in clarified butter, basted in the oven, and the cookbook tells you the details on that, or my grandmother would fry them. My uncles went crazy over that. And they're so crunchy and delicious. Let me make another one just so you guys can see. We have our ball of kibbe mixture, which by the way is ground lamb, bulgur, which is bulgur wheat, and grated onion, salt. After we make our pocket, and by the way, don't worry about if it's not shaped right, it's not forming right. Magically, with some ice water, you can fix it all, okay? So we put our filling in, we close it up, and if you do a close-up on your video, you'll be able to see this better. Again, with the ice water, forming it, making a point at each end. Make sure you seal it because when you are baking or frying, you don't want the thing to explode on you. And when that's all finished, as you can see, they still are basically about the same size here in my deviled egg dish. And you can chill them before you do your frying or baking, or you can immediately work with them. The other tip I want to tell you about the kibbe mix is a lot of times people say, oh, I couldn't get it to work. It was falling apart, so I'm going to do it in the sania, meaning the 2-layered bake, which is also in the cookbook. But I want to tell you, the women of Aleppo were so proud of their kibbe making, the meatballs. And if you chill it ahead of time, it's a lot easier to work with. And if you use Sito's tip of the ice water, you can fix any misshapen mess that you see. In here, I fried up a couple for you to see. And I've got nearby, I've got leben, which is yogurt, which many people love as a dip on this, and tahini dip, which is very healthy and delicious, and that's also a big favorite with kibbe. Let me open one of these up so you can see. Here we have it. There you have it. These are quite delicious. Enjoy. Sahatin. Ma salame.